Welcome back into Christopher's Kitchen once again. We try to find some creative ways to up your game in your own kitchen, if you will. And you've also ordered sides to go with different things before, and topping anything in Maitre d' butter sounds really darn good.
Maitre d' butter. If you've ever been to a restaurant like ours, that sometimes they put a nice slab of flavored butter on top of your steak or something, or you've been in, a lot of times a French restaurant, they'll call it Maitre d' butter. An American restaurant, we call it a compound butter, something like that. But this is something that we use in the restaurant on the menu item now. It's black truffle Maitre d' butter. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. First thing is get yourself some truffles. These are very expensive. These happen to be Italian summer truffles. You can see how they look. They're real knotted up. They're in a little ball like this. They are very pricey. I think you can get them at like Whole Foods Market and things like that. Out of town like Austin and Dallas. But fresh are great, but they're very expensive and hard to get. But then you have yourself a little truffle cutter like this. It looks like a really fine cheese knife. And I'm just going to use one truffle today. Now, you can make any type of flavored butter you want. I'm doing this for a steak today, but if you're doing fish, you could do a little orange juice and white wine and orange zest, and that would be great on a piece of salmon. I've got a pound of butter here, softened butter. That's important if you're going to use your KitchenAid. You don't want to burn out your KitchenAid. I've got 2 tablespoons of shallots here, chopped shallots, 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic, 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley, about a teaspoon of salt and white pepper, about 1/4 of a cup of white wine, a little white wine there, and a tablespoon of sherry, a little dry sherry. I'm going to add the black truffles in there, 1 tablespoon of black truffle oil, and 1 tablespoon of white truffle oil. I'm going to put this on low and just start mixing that around. Take a piece of parchment paper, like this here. It's well mixed. I'm going to put that right in the center here. I want to roll this over and make a nice cylinder here, like this. And I just twist the ends like that. Makes it nice and even all over. And I'll do a nice shape, probably about a 2-inch circle, something like that. Nice and even. Just like that. Now I'll take this, our compound butter, our black truffle Maitre d' butter, and put that in the freezer. Now you see here we have our butter. It is, it's been frozen. I'm just going to cut very carefully through the parchment paper. Just cut that end off there. And I'm going to take a nice big slab here. Okay, so I've cut a little disc of Maitre d' butter here now. And like in the restaurant, I've got a nice little bone-in ribeye. I'm going to put on top of some potatoes there. And we put a nice chunk of our Maitre d' butter there. Maybe you might want to do a little bit of asparagus. Okay, Mike, let's try this. A little bit of bite of this steak. You like yours medium rare? How do you like it?
Yeah, medium rare.
Okay, and then we'll give you just a little taste of that black truffle garlic butter that's starting to melt there.
I can tell you this is going to beat ketchup on this stuff. I'll tell you that right now.
No ketchup. See, if you don't want to make a sauce, don't want to make a sauce, that's a great way, and you can keep it in your freezer and cut it off when you're grilling steaks.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious. Great for fish, grilled fish, like I said, for maybe some salmon. Do a little orange zest, orange juice, white wine, shallots.
My goodness, I've seen the truffle mentioned on many menus through the years, but not ordered that often, but I will now, unless you make it at home that good. The recipe really is easy to assemble. What an enhancement to the steak.
That's great. Now, it is butter.
Yeah, it is butter.
You don't have to eat it every night, but it's
Well, don't think about it. It just does wonders with it. All right, Maitre d' butter is what it's called, and you can find this online at kbtx.com. Just go to the Christopher's Kitchen page. We'll have the recipe for this and all the other tasty creations come from right here. Thanks for making us a part of your day. For Christopher Lampo at Christopher's World Grill, I'm Mike Wright.